Well, hello. Came on just a few minutes early so I could get myself together and receive you properly. So today is Tuesday, and of course, on Tuesday at noon, we are in the Better You project, focused on focused on getting our positive message on leadership from a perspective of women leaders. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides with you, and want to just make sure that you can see me and hear me. Let's see if we can. I'm going to go ahead and check this out. So welcome, 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 and we will get ourselves started here on time. Just come on to welcome you, and I'm going to check to make sure I can see you and you can hear me. And this today we're talking about what does a great leader look like. Really talking about traits, and we will focus on some. Probably just get some myths out of the way first, right? Let's see. I do not see myself yet. We got a few minutes, so we're starting at noon, and we're going to start on time, y'all. I'm Angela Odom of the Better You Project. It's for women leaders, and every Tuesday at noon, we're here to talk about leadership topics, right? Let's see. Okay, I think we have about a minute. I want to make sure that I can see your comments. I'm getting myself ready for that because this is going to be good, right? So good. Okay, here we go. Looks like we hear. Okay, I can hear myself. Let me turn it down over here. Let's talk about. There we go. All right, so I can see that, and I'll be able to see your comments. Okay. There we go. So we got that straight. Oh, this is so very cool. So we have hit the top of the hour. So let's go ahead and get ready to start. It is noon. So welcome to the Better You Project for Women Leaders. I'm Angela Odom, the founder and really the visionary CEO. Today's topic is, what does a great leader look like? So for me, I am, just a little bit about me. So I'm a retired Army officer, served over 27 years honorably, started out as a private and retired as a colonel in 2015. And I am happy to say that I loved serving in the greatest army on the planet. Okay, I don't think you can see my slides. Let me go back. Make sure I do that first. Yeah. Okay. Now I think you can see my slides. Love it. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. Yeah, I think you can see it now. Okay, so we have, so I've served in the Army, and the reason I came on back, reason I got out, I came back from the Army in Iraq, came back serving as a battalion commander in Iraq. Came home to my son, who I had left for 14 months. He was 14 months when I left his little cute self. He's fine now. He's a wonderful teenager. So we have that from that particular experience. I wrote my first book, and you can get that on Amazon. The reason I retired is pretty simple. I'm Ryan's mom, right? And go ahead and share below if you are a military veteran, or if you know some military veterans. Type 1 if you're a military veteran yourself, and type 2 if you know some military veterans. And so let's see. So I've already told you I'm a veteran, and I'm also the creator of the Learn Achievement Model. And let's get started. I am really excited about our topic today. The Better You Project for Women Leaders. So every Tuesday at noon, we'll be here on our video show. And you can definitely go to angelaodom.com to learn more about me. But I'll see you every Tuesday here. So what does a great leader look like? Is a great leader a man or a woman? Don't be shy. The answer is yes. Is a great leader young, middle-aged, or old or elderly? The answer is yes. Is a great leader tall or short? The answer is yes. Is a great leader Black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian, Pacific Islander, Native American, or African? The answer is yes. Is a great leader an introvert or an extrovert? Yes. Get that. Is a great leader working in a home or outside of the home? Yes. Is a great leader working in a certain industry or field? Yes. Is a great leader a Democrat or Republican, independent, conservative, or liberal? Yes. Is a great leader a wealthy, rich, middle class, or someone living below the poverty line? Or is a great leader someone who is dirt poor? Yes. All of that. So go ahead and share your comments below if you thought the answer to either one of those was anything besides yes. If you thought a great leader would be a certain type of person, someone that we normally see, in the movies or in books, that quite frankly is one of the reasons I wrote my first book, because, for the book is called Bronco Strong. It's about my own personal experiences, right? So I didn't find my story anywhere. My story being the story of a woman, a Black woman, right? A leader who was focused not on kicking in doors and diving on grenades, but one who was servicing, providing a great service, leading men and women who were providing a great service to those big chest men, primarily, who were diving on grenades and saving their buddies. So the answer, so as far as leadership, whatever ideal you have in your head of the person or who they should be, what they should look like, how they should sound, what they should, what they should think, just throw all it out. Throw all that out. I'm here to tell you that great leaders come in various packages, right? And so if you open your mind and your eyes, look around, and you'll see leadership being demonstrated in every place you go. So let's just get into it. What does a great leader look like? Well, I've come up with 8 different traits, characteristics that great leaders have, they possess, or what you will see when you are watching a demonstration of great leadership, right? So I believe that great leaders are consistent and authentic, number one. And as far as these being in order of priority, no, they're not. Also, great leaders seek to share their lessons. It's like they're really intentional about developing others. You hear them say, "Hey, let me talk to you for a second," or "Why don't you read this?" Or "This is what I'm reading." You will see them pull people to the side and share their lessons, their life lessons with them. So great leaders train, mentor, and coach, and then they're responsible and accountable for the good, bad, and the ugly. They establish clear goals. They have emotional intelligence. IQ and EQ are 2 totally different things, right? And then they're able to take direction and insights from all levels. They're lifelong learners, and they build teams by building trust. So what does this mean? Trait number 1, when we look at consistency and authenticity, right? So if you were to show up in your place of work or in your home or in the grocery store, and you're not sure what to expect from the people that are working with you, around you, the person or people who provide direction and guidance from you in your daily walk. Like one day the person might be loud and excitable when there's no readily available reason for that to take place. Or they might be mean and crabby, on a certain day. If you're like that every day, then that's fine. But every other day, you don't know what to expect or not authentic. You don't know if you can trust that person, because that's what it comes down to, right? And then trait number 2, or characteristic number 2 for great leaders. And this is Angie Odom's perspective. It's true. So just go with it, right? So we have trait number 2. This is a person who is looking to help you develop your skills, your potential, right? So they're not interested in building more followers. They're interested in building leaders. And so really, what is a leader? A leader is a person who has influence over another person to achieve a result. It's as simple as that. It could be something small or something huge. Your impact is what we're talking about when we talk about small and huge. And it could affect one person or a million people, the results of that. So really, trait number 2 is it is incredibly important that we have people of influence who are going to share with others to help them level up, increase their skills. We don't have to like them, right? I want you to get that. We don't have to like them as individuals. What we do is it's good to respect them, and it's better when you like them at the same time. This trait right here, this characteristic right here, is invaluable. Now, I've been led and poured into by white men, black women, white women, people from different faith, people of different political beliefs, people in different industries. When I was in the military, I was learning from people who were not in the military, right? And now that I've gotten out, I'm learning from people in all different industries, old people, young people, whatever it is. And so I see great leadership being demonstrated through this particular trait. So any comments below? Do you deliver or pour into others? Yes or no? Just type that in there. So trait number 3 of a great leader is the person really is responsible and accountable for their own actions, really. And they're not the ones that are saying, no, he did it, she did it. No, if you're the person, whether it's formal or informal power, if you're that person that is in a position of power, right? Whether it's formal authority or informal authority, whether you are the expert or you're the person that's the manager sitting in a seat or someone appointed. You might be a passerby, you might be an intern, but you're responsible and accountable for your left and right limits, that which you are in charge of. And you are not deflecting blame to others. You are accepting responsibility, and you are going to be held willingly accountable for what is done and what is not done. So this trait right here really is about, again, building trust, right? So do you take responsibility for your actions and your team? Type yes or no. And I would imagine it would be yes, right? And so this is incredibly empowering to be on a team, to be led by someone who really is going to take responsibility for their actions. Also, trait number 4 is establishing clear goals. Ever work with someone or just hung out with someone who you were not sure what in the world they wanted? What do you want me to do? Oh, yeah, you're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, what am I doing? I don't get that. So you want to, if you are the person that is seeking to be, a positive, a great leader, then of course you want to establish clear goals and objectives so that your teammates, your people, your employees, your clients, then they are able to see the vision as you do, and they're more aptly, more willing to go with you on this journey, right? That's what you want. You want to establish clear goals. That's what great leaders do. So do you establish clear goals and objectives? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just type yes or no in the comments. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning. I see you for 2. And so we have, we'll come to emotional intelligence. Ooh, this right here, when you look, when you are looking at someone who is demonstrating leadership, you look and see if they have emotional intelligence or to what level. And really, if you look at this really quickly, we're really talking about a person who has the ability to manage themselves and also to handle relationships. We look at someone who has the ability to maintain self-control even when the building's burning down, right? Or the big boss has come to visit. You're looking for someone who is able to build confidence in the situation based on their reactions to what's going on. They might be like a duck in water. Their little legs and everything below the water. Ooh, there's a lot going on. But above the water, solid as a rock. Right? That's what I want. That's what I see in great leaders. And so this person can deal with difficult issues as well as difficult people. Because guess what? if it's more than one person, then at some point there will be conflict, right? There will be conflict. So as we're managing relationships, then we want to also, this person is able to establish clear boundaries and be aware of other people's feelings and what they might have in mind for themselves as far as their own goals and objectives. So emotional intelligence, I encourage you to find out more about this and then where you stand. This is very critical. You don't want someone who is flaky, so to speak, or who would just go with the wind, or who's going to come in there screaming and cussing and crying. Nah, I can't follow you to the trash dump. So can you be counted on to make hard decisions? Type yes or no. Type yes. Go ahead, type yes in there or no. And if you have some work to do, you identified this as a gap, then hey, let's get hot. You're working on it. Trait 6, and we're going 8 traits that I've identified. You're able to take direction and insight from all levels. Sometimes the person that's in the position of power, whether it's formal or informal, may be comfortable taking direction or insights or feedback from people that they are comfortable with, right? Or that they hang out with, or that look like them. Well, you better walk on down the aisle a little more, go down some of those cubicles, and actually talk to some different people and get their perspective. That's what great leaders do. That's what they do. Some people might call it diversity. This might be a cause of diversity or inclusion. From my point of view, it makes the organization better when the person that is in the position of power is able to gain more insight. They can avoid some blind spots by being able to take direction and insights at all levels. You could have the person who's been in the organization the shortest amount of time, who has fresh eyes, so to speak, and can say, "Ooh, I'm not sure why you're doing that." that's not going to work out well. You're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose a lot of people. You're going to lose some trust, right? So you might want to just take a look at that and where you are having the ability to take direction and insight from others, right? A lifelong learner. Oh, wow. This right here, this is everything, because what we know for sure is that everything changes, right? There's going to be changes every single day in every single industry, whether you work in the home or out of the home, whether you are in the state of Mississippi or you're in California. Things are going to change, right? And so you want to be a lifelong learner and gain some additional knowledge. Go to some conferences, go hang out with some people you don't normally hang out with. Have some conversations, so that might be something you can look at, right? And then trait number 8, as I have observed, you want to build teams. This person builds teams by building trust, right? And so if I personally have noticed that the person that I trust, and I know that that person has the entire team in mind when they're making decisions, right? Then, man, I don't know what I might do for that person. I mean, I might work all day and all night. Matter of fact, I've done that. So we want to build teams and we want to build trust. That's what great leaders do. And I'm just curious, like, who do you seek direction and insights from? I mean, is it that you're like, you know what, you're under 20, so I don't even talk to under 20-year-olds. It's crazy, by the way. They know a lot. Or you just say, well, you don't know anything about painting rooms. Paint a room before. Well, they might still have some insight. So just check yourself there, right? So we go just a roll up of the 8 traits that I see. What does a great leader look like? And here it is. It's a person who is consistent and authentic, right? They are seeking to build leaders, not followers, not gawkers, not people that are just like them. That's craziness. And definitely great leaders are people who are responsible and accountable for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Not just a person that's standing up front when everything's good. Hey, look at me, look at me. No, it's the person that's been overtaking that butt whooping, that chewing out when things are not going well. It's the person that establishes clear goals and objectives. Like, as opposed to you saying, "Hey, man, I'm running blind here. I don't really know what you want from me." You're able to say, "Oh, I see you. I got you. This is good. Don't even worry about it. I got you." Right? And so you want someone, when you're looking at leadership yourself, and you are attempting to improve your particular skills, and then I encourage you to take a look at your own emotional intelligence, right, and your ability to make hard decisions based on being able to manage yourself and what you're doing, right, the relationships you're making. So and then you're able to take direction and insights from all levels. A lifelong learner and a great leader really builds teams by building trust. So that's Angela Odom's take on what a great leader looks like. And I've seen my share of really effective leaders and really weak-minded leaders serving in the military for over 27 years, and now over this last 3 years of being retired. It is interesting that the people I trust the most, they don't necessarily wear a uniform, but these characteristics, these traits right here, I noticed that they all have them, right? They might not all be at a solid 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, but they're in there, right? They're hovering. They're making this thing work. So we've come to the end of yet another segment of the Better You Project for Women Leaders. This topic was so good. And I want to just go ahead and invite you to join other like-minded women leaders inside of our online Better You community. You just go to angelaodom.com and you'll see the big old yellow box at the top, community. It's free. Join. You have to give your information and get in there. And we are building a platform, and it's not on Facebook. We're building a platform for women leaders to come and encourage one another and support one another as we identify skills that we need to be able to lead ourselves, teams, and others. So with that said, I'm looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon for the weekly video show, The Better You Project for Women Leaders. And you can also just, down below, you can put in other topics you would like for us to discuss. I look forward to hearing what you have to say on this. All right. Well, that said, I'm Angela Odom. And ooh, it's been great hanging out with you today. Know that I am, as always, rooting for you. And we'll see you next Tuesday.